Hi everyone, and welcome to Nestine's Story. Today I'm going to be talking about 3 things. These are 3 questions I'm getting a ton on Instagram, and they kind of relate to each other, so I thought I'd make one video for all 3. So I'm going to be talking today a bit about SIBO and my digestive issues and what I've found really works lately, and kind of an update video. What I'm currently eating in a day, and also I made these, or I kind of figured out how to make these healthy fish tacos, which I'm gonna share with you. So let's just start quickly with a recap about my digestive issues. So if you're new here, welcome. And I get a lot of questions about mine because I've shared my journey. I've had digestive issues since I was probably a teen and never could quite pin down what was going on. And then about a year ago, I was diagnosed with SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, by both a naturopath and a GI doctor. And I was given a couple different options. So it kind of like causes food to just go through me, bloating and like just a lot of discomfort. I've also in the past suffered 1 episode of diverticulitis, but I haven't had any kind of issues with that again. And that is like a infection in your intestines, really, which was pretty awful, and treated with antibiotics and has been gone since. So with SIBO, you have to kind of live with it, and then you can try different routes to wipe out the bacteria and then go from there, but it's known to just like keep coming back. So I was given 2 options: the natural option with my naturopath, which is like a lot of different natural herbs and stuff, including berberine and livco. I'll add all of those videos when I first when I share all of that below. And then I was also given the option by my GI doctor to do this like pretty expensive prescription. Forget the name right now. So I went the natural route first, and it made me really nauseous, and it did work, but it was temporary. And so it kind of all came back to me, and then I decided after a few months of discomfort, I would try the antibiotic route and the prescription route. And that also worked, but was temporary. And it was kind of crazy that either with the medication I was spending, it was some hundreds of dollars for this medication that was just going to temporarily work, or going through all of this nausea and discomfort with the natural route to again have temporary results. I kind of was like, I can't keep doing this anymore. So I've really kind of switched up what I'm eating. And before I go into what I eat every day, I just want to share the biggest thing. So I'm always talking about this on Instagram because it works huge for me. I've also tried other brands. So this is HCl. This is betaine hydrochloride with fenugreek. And it's vegetarian capsules. It's like a digestive enzyme. I've done some research, and what I believe, and I could be getting this wrong, what I believe it does is almost like up your stomach acid to help like digest things. And I've tried in a pinch when one of the stores I went to get this from, I tried a different brand once, and it had mint in it, I think, instead of the fenugreek, and it really messed with my stomach. So I know that I need to do the natural factors one. Anyways, I take like 5 of these per meal. I take them a few per snack, and they're actually not that expensive. They range from about like $10 to $14 Canadian, which is great. So I can keep going with this. But yeah, this over anything else, just being super consistent with this is huge. My gut is so much happier. I can digest things. I can actually eat a bit more of a variety of foods as long as I keep the portions smaller. I've definitely found still sugar is like one of the biggest triggers for me. And so what I typically eat every day, so breakfast has been the same for a while now. I have oatmeal, and I just do like the quick oats I just heat it in the microwave, just water and quick oats, and then I add some cinnamon, mix it up, and then add some berries. Sometimes I'll do fresh berries. Lately I'm doing frozen berries just because I'm eating a lot of berries lately. I find they do really well for my gut. So it's just a bit more budget friendly. And then, so I don't in the morning even add like almond milk or peanut butter or anything. Like it's just straight oats. And then I also eat egg whites. I have a big amount of egg whites and I get my protein in, I put some ketchup on it. And this is, lately I've been working out first thing in the day. So this is like right after working out. Then I eat this really big breakfast and it just kind of sticks to me and holds me over for a while. But I find that does my gut, like it's just really settles my gut and works. Then for lunch, many days I have avocado kind of mashed up with some salt, pepper, and paprika on toast. I get the Ezekiel bread, like the grainy bread that you have to keep in the freezer. But anyways, it's higher in protein, so I like that. And then on the side, I have just plain Greek yogurt with some berries, and that is usually really fills me up. Then for dinner, I will have a bit more variety, but a lot of days I actually find myself having oatmeal again with berries. If I find my gut's kind of off, or if my eating habits are off, I'll just kind of reset myself with that. And that's when I add kind of like a big tablespoon of natural peanut butter to it and maybe some almond milk just to kind of add a bit more protein. And so that's kind of my 3 meals. And then here and there, I'll have like a bit of variety in there for my dinners usually. For snacks on a good day, I've found myself sometimes dipping into like just junky stuff. And I think that's more just global pandemic, summer kind of every once in a while, I'm eating my feelings just like everybody else. So it's kind of like a comfort thing. And when I do that, I'll reach for like hummus and crackers and stuff like that. On a good day, I find I'm really liking just having like plain rice cakes with some natural peanut butter on it, or vegetables and hummus. Really, it's a really good option. I'm drinking a lot of Perrier. Like peach Perrier is suddenly my thing, which is so funny because I used to not like carbonated water at all. So that's been my favorite thing lately. And then with dinner or like alcohol, a lot of the times I'm actually just adding like a lower calorie rosé, like a splash of that with Perrier, mixing it up, because I was finding in the summer I always tend to drink more and I was getting a lot of headaches and hangovers, so I didn't want that. And I don't drink a lot, but I've started to just kind of like add that to my Perrier, and it's a nice refreshing drink. Yeah, so that would kind of be what I eat in a day. And then last but not least, my healthy fish taco recipe. I'll share that with you right now, and also I've added it to my blog, so you can head to that link below for that whole recipe. So I kind of put this recipe together with a couple different recipes I found online on Pinterest, and I decided to use tilapia. I had bought a big budget-friendly package frozen from Walmart. So I cut the fillet in half, and then I start adding the spices together. So I start with garlic powder, and then fresh ground pepper, and then add cayenne pepper, and then onion powder, and thyme, and some oregano, and paprika. And then I just mix it all up. So this is what I use instead of breading the fish. It's way healthier than all that bread, and there's so much flavor that you don't need to add a lot of other toppings or sauces. So then I just spray the pan. I like to use coconut oil spray. And then I actually spray the fillet. So I spray both sides with the coconut oil. I like it because then I'm not over using the oil, and it's less calories. And you can just get an even coating. And then I just put all of the spices on top of the fillets and kind of rub it in. Get both sides, really coat it. Keep in mind that the more paprika or cayenne you add, it will be spicier. I like mine with a little kick. So you can really control it. And honestly, with all the spices, I just eyeball it and go with the flow. So it's up to you if how much you want. You kind of can't go wrong with it. And I tend to keep things like the garlic powder and onion powder a little less and go a little heavier with some of the spicier stuff. So then I lay them on the pan. Now here's the biggest thing. You don't flip them. So I put it in at 400 Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. And you don't flip them because then it's crispier and you just leave it there. So while that's baking, I get my sauce ready. So all I'm using is plain Greek yogurt, and then I grate a lime. And then squeeze some juice in there. So for this amount, I used half a lime, and then you mix it all up. So a little trick is I take my iceberg lettuce and I just cut near the base of it, and then you can pull off the whole leaf way easier. And then I wash the iceberg lettuce leaves after. I've already washed this cilantro, so I cut it all up for one of my toppings. And then they're all ready, and they're nice and crispy and healthy. And then I just place the filet in the iceberg lettuce leaf and use that instead of a shell, like a breaded shell, just to reduce the calories. It's just more fresh. And I top it with the sour cream lime topping and the cilantro, and it's a super healthy, refreshing, perfect for summer fish taco, and you can make them so easily. I've made them for a couple of guests in my backyard. It's so easy. Well, I hope that's kind of answered some of those like food related questions I've been getting a lot on Instagram. I'm funny with my food. I can eat the same thing over and over again most days, and that's what I tend to do, but it works for me. Let me know, do you have any digestive issues, or are you like me and you can kind of eat the same thing every day? Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love for you to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.